Welcome to RollFare, a D&D podcast. Thanks to everyone who's been watching. We appreciate it. Please give us a like on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, any of the other social medias you use, and let us know how we're doing. We'd love to hear from you. As always, we're going to introduce ourselves first. I'm Devin, the Dungeon Master.
I'm Ryan. I'm Ryan. I was thinking I'm Alton for a sec. I was pulling a Sherry from last time. I play Alton the Tiefling.
I'm Arden's alter ego, Brad. I play the Arden the Wizard.
I'm Kayla, and I'm pretty sure of that fact. I play Keiji, the Tabaxi Pirate.
I'm Austin. I play Sheru the Turtle. Got it right this time.
I'm Ben. I play Raina the Ranger.
I'm Sarah. I play Asar, the Fire Genasi.
Wonderful. So, you guys have arrived, picking up from last session, you have arrived in the Zumaji mine, primarily in the town part of it. You haven't actually seen the mine itself. And you travel down here with Tethys, Zaw, the merchant caravan leader, who was needing some guards, and you parted ways here in the town, and you are now on your way to an unnamed tavern that Rainer knows someone there that might be able to help out with searching for this person named Tristan that Keiji and her old squad of pirates was on a mission to find and help escape. So, we're going to pick up from there. You guys are traveling through the town, and very, very tightly packed. You know, the streets are narrow. People are walking back and forth. Who's leading? Rainer's leading, of course. What's your passive perception?
10.
10? So one thing that you notice as you're walking through is that the people here are very run down. Their bodies are very broken. And they, a lot of them bear bruises and lacerations along their bodies. And it appears that there's not a lot of care given to these people. And so you notice that as you go through the town, you eventually make it to this tavern, and it's a simple building, bigger than the other buildings around it, and enough to have a small group of people in there at a given time. And in this tavern, there's no place to sleep. It's just a tavern itself, just for meals, drinking, and partying. And as you enter in there, you see that there is quite the commotion. People get rowdy. People get excited to burn off their steam. And it just looks like it is as much of a party as can be had given the circumstances. So you enter in, you see what's going on. There's probably around 30 to 50 people in here. What are you doing?
My eyes immediately start searching around the room for my own contact, a half-elf woman that usually hangs out here.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me with advantage.
Oh, well, this is a 20, so that's good. 23.
Okay. So as you scan the area, you just know to immediately look up towards the bar, and you see your contact there. You know her specifically as the Thinker, and you go to approach her, and she looks up at you and she says, "Ah, Rainer, so good to see you." Just give a description of her. So she is a half elf, dark haired, and has a the half human side of her would be of a Tuchawi descent, so she's got the dark skin of the Tuchawi, and a kind face with gentle features, but looks fairly ragged at this point. And half elves are not common, so this is a pretty rare sight to see one. But she looks at you and says, "Rainer, Rainer, it's good to see you. What do we owe the pleasure?"
Well, it's been a while. I know I don't make it down here quite as often as I used to. And let me buy you a drink. And I basically give her a solid handshake, but I've slipped a gold coin into it. We need to talk. We're looking for someone. I know you don't know everyone around here. There's thousands, but perhaps you could help us. We are looking for someone by name of Tristan. My companion here, she can give you a little more information on the contact, the one that she is looking for. But it is rather important to her and their current objectives that we can find this person. So,
Tristan. Let me think on that one for a minute.
maybe check around locations a little higher security perhaps this time. From what I understand, this one was a bit of trouble. So
Gotcha. Well, and you see her pocket the gold piece. It's always good to have you here, Rainer. I know that there was some trouble brewing a couple months back. Nothing too crazy, but there was this. At one point, there was talk of a possible uprising among the slaves, and it died down pretty quick. I don't have a ton of information there, but I do know that at one point some sort of one of the slave keepers, if you will, the ones that lead us into the mines, the rumor has it that one of them was starting the rumors for this. Died down pretty quick, but not 100% sure what happened.
well, the ones in charge are nothing if not efficient when they trouble starts brewing, that's for sure.
Indeed.
Perhaps you could spread your little fingers around and figure out if this troublemaker might perhaps be still alive. I know it was a couple months back, but I know you know your way a little bit more around the city than I do.
Yeah. Well, I'll get Chiwa and Bwawa to assist with doing a little digging. May need a little bit more resources if you catch my drift to make sure we get the information we need and can slip the right persuasion to the right people for that. And of course we'll need a legitimate payment, of course, for that information at some point. So, but we can see what we can do.
I put, trying to obviously be a little subtle about it, I put a small little sack in whatever cup might
Okay.
be right in front of her.
Go ahead and do a sleight of hand check.
A 15.
Okay.
And
So
I drop another 5 gold in the cup ahead of it, but try and do it silently because I know there's a lot of people in around that might, pounce on coin.
sure. So she takes it quickly enough that it doesn't seem like anyone noticed, and She says, we'll get on this.
You know, I don't have much, but I'll give what I can.
Indeed. Well, we've appreciated the help you've given us in times past with some of the issues we've had, naturally. So, we should be able to dig something up within possibly a day, maybe 2.
Okay, we'll be around. We've got a couple days doing digging ourselves. So.
And she looks at you and your group, and she says, "Be a little bit more discreet."
Actually, about that, I don't. Hopefully, the sustenance of which I have given you might be enough. You might have an empty hole we can hide in for a few days, and maybe some better, more customary clothing for the region.
I'm sure we can come up with something for you. I've got a few friends over in the eastern side of town that might be able to put you up for a day, maybe 2. We can bounce you around possibly if we need to, and I'm sure we can scrounge up some additional clothing. Although some of your friends may not quite fit into it.
Right now, we're whispering what's going on.
Well, we do what we can. Not surprised it doesn't always fit. They don't really care for what fits who around this place anyway, so maybe
Well, what I mean is your friend there is still going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Oh yeah, he's definitely an odd duck.
Come on. Come listen to a story of Sheru the adventurer. One day, while traveling through the desert, I was with a dwarven caravan, and he just kind of keeps going on with the story.
Stop spreading information. He is absolutely crazy off his rocker, too much time in the mine. Things that if anyone, has heard, they'll hear him ranting on and pay him no mind because he's lost it. It's too much time down in the dark. Does things to a turtle's mind,
I'll see what I can do.
This one's going to be a tough one. I apologize for that.
So you trying to make...
Didn't even think about that before coming in here and asking you about that one. But the rest of us should be somewhat easier to handle.
What I need most is a good pair of boots. I know how to stuff them so that my paws fit in them, but it's helpful. I lost my last pair.
She looks over from Rainer and says, "Well, aren't you a cute kitty?"
She doesn't like
No,
that.
I am not.
And
Do it anyway.
Oh,
Call it that anyway. It's fun.
noted from both of you. We'll see what we can do for you, my kitty friend.
Raina's kind of just holding in a chuckle.
Someone's gonna die.
I hold my breath and take it. This is a contact, and we need help. And I want to kill them.
So, are you sure doing just trying to get everybody's attention and like telling a story?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure it's honestly going for a story. I do have something prepared that I can read off.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
So Asar is over here. She hears you start talking. She's like, "Oh my gosh, a story."
So if there's any way I can flourish it, anytime I hear like if you like sparks or something, I want to like create sparks and like add flourish to your story.
All right. I can't think of anything at the moment, but
Or
as
wind,
you listed,
yeah.
This is a story of a man born over 40 years ago, Captain Stoneclaw.
Do I hear this?
Go ahead and make
Probably,
a perception check.
Yes, I hear this.
What'd you roll?
The 18 plus like 6 or something. I don't know.
Okay, so you hear the name Stoneclaw and you're just like,
And I go over and
Born from the black depths of the sea.
I cover
Not
his
much-
mouth. You are going to get yourself killed.
I'm in the middle of a story.
So I
Born from the black depths of the sea.
I create-
Not much is known of this terrifying figure.
create faint musical notes that are like, ooh. Like,
He's been instilling terror upon those of the sea for
I
nearly
stare-
42 years.
Right in front of his face with my nose on his nose. You don't understand. You are in a slave camp. There are people listening. If you mention Stoneclaw, they will kill you.
Make a persuasion score.
That's what, 13? Do I know how to add? That's a 12.
Oh, I just rolled a 19. I'm not gonna-
We'll just do it based on your charisma, like a charisma check. So yeah,
Okay, so
you are not able to persuade him.
Okay.
So Kaiji's interrupting and trying to get you to stop the story, and you just push her out of the way and continue onward, and Keiji just goes and sits in the corner.
Pull my hood a little closer, put my nose on the wall.
Raina turns back to Thinker and just kind of mouths, "I'm sorry."
And she says, "Yeah, it's a story. Sounds exciting." Stoneclaw. That's
Yes,
what.
Stoneclaw.
Tell me more about Stoneclaw.
He has been instilling terror upon the seas for nearly 42 years. His ship, the Sandstorm's Revenge, is the fastest ship to sail upon the sea. This captured slave ship has been burned black, just like the souls of her crew. Her crew of over 100 are known for their axery as they rain flaming arrows and javelins upon her prey. If you are unlucky enough to try and flee, she has a set of oversized and powerful double-armed scorpions mounted on her prow. Each scorpion can hurl a set of bronze bolts taller than a man and 2 inches thick before needing to be reloaded. These bolts will penetrate the hull of any ship. Then the terrifying sound of the chains rattling as she reels you in, the chains of death, as some say.
like rattling noises.
They sound kind of wimpy.
Well, it's a faint sound, so yeah.
Then the most harrowing of sights, the crew begin to board their crew. Their eyes are red. Their smoke comes from their nostrils. The flames of hell wallow in their wake.
Is there
I'm
any?
gonna cast thaumaturgy and make the flames in the room flicker.
Yeah.
So the flames increase a little bit. You hear the chains rattling, and the people go, "Oh!" And that you just see everyone like looking around at the sounds and the flames, and then they just stare transfixed at you again.
And their wicked laughter is enough to make the bravest man shake at the knees. Then, when the crew takes a ship and then has all of the crew subjugated, you are there kneeling, begging for your life. You hope you don't hear the claws. But when Stoneclaw rakes his claws along the prow of the ship, that is his signal to execute the crew. No one who has seen the captain has lived, so there are only rumors of what he looks like. Some say he is a lion tabaxi, with fur as black as night and a mane of pure silver. Others say he is a beast of a man, able to toss the bolts of the scorpions as if they are javelins, while fighting close quarters with his clawed hand, made from stone. But lately, the rumors claim that Stoneclaw is getting too old and will retire soon, for his fur has turned white and he has lost his mane. For 42 years, the Stoneclaw pirates have raided ships upon the sea, and there's no sign of them letting up. If you find yourself upon the sea, beware the wrath of the storm, or Sandstorm's Revenge.
So you finish, and everyone, you hear these two clapping, and everyone else is just still, silent.
I will give each of you a silver piece if you don't mention any of this outside of this tavern.
I lean over to Rainer, and I will give you 5 gold pieces to compensate.
So you, after you say that, you just, the silence breaks, and everyone looks over and is like, gets up in unison and just kind of swarms you.
Yeah, you said there was about 30 people there, right?
It's between 30 and 50. Probably closer to the 50 end.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I just go until the silver is gone. I'm just, there's so many people, I'm not sure. All I know is at one point, I kind of ran out of silver.
Sounds good. So some of the people,
Seriously, give you 5 gold. Compensate.
some of the people come up to you. You promised me a silver. How much silver do you have left?
I had
total.
silver, 65 silver.
Oh,
only,
okay.
So
yeah, you pass out silver to everyone.
no, I know I gave you one. Show me your hands.
The person shows you their hands. Is like, she's like, you never gave me a silver.
I know I gave you a silver.
Make a intimidation check. Did you say you got this one?
Guidance? Guidance?
I make the ground rumble with thaumaturgy.
With advantage.
Yeah, go ahead and do it with advantage.
Thank God. That's a 13.
It's good enough. Good enough.
Not bad.
So
Okay.
she looks at you. It's like,
The advantage, like, 'cause
I'm
I rolled
sorry.
a 9 and then a
You're
1,
right,
and then I got a 4 on the d4.
I'll just go now.
If you're quiet, maybe I'll buy you a drink next time around.
We don't need money for drinks.
It was a joke. I'm sorry. I was a little harsh there. I'm trying to lighten the mood.
Oh,
Bartender!
Get this one another drink.
Your finest water.
He deserves it.
2, please.
so the thinker looks at you and she says, "We don't serve water."
Your finest.
Well, Sharu's in for
Something.
a disappointment.
Oh no.
What do you drink then?
We drink ale,
What's ale?
alcohol.
Ah, I see. So not water.
No,
You know, maybe this might be good for you. You're not good with the water.
No, I'm not. I'll try it.
I'll pay to see him with the
okay.
alcohol then.
So she gets you an ale, and
It's like water, but it burns going down.
it as you take a sip, it's really really nasty, disgusting.
Why have you poisoned
Kind of like some sort of watered down beverage.
Like the cheapest possible alcohol.
Like-
Exactly.
Like grog, essentially, which is basically where they water down rum so to make it last longer.
Exactly.
you
It'll
see
be
me
like my
down.
experience.
I down a mug without any issue.
I will never survive this.
It'll be like my experience drinking a virgin daiquiri that they forgot to make virgin.
Yeah.
So
Quote unquote.
it was gross. I will not lie.
So I lean over to Rainer.
It's getting dark.
I thank you kindly for trying to pay everyone off. Hopefully it works. It's funny. I was going to say maybe him causing a scene will be good. We can get away with whatever we want to get away with, and then he goes off with that.
Yeah, my worry is that we're already going to be drawing a bit of attention. We don't need to.
Is that our plan, to just get captured and make our way over to Tristan that way?
As someone who has been captured by slavers before, it is quite unpleasant. I would not recommend it.
Knowing how tight the security is on this place, I wouldn't want to be on the wrong end of the bars.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's. I was being a little sarcastic there, but we probably should make
Sorry.
a plan before we.
With
before
those
we
just pupilless eyes, sometimes I don't get the visual cues,
I get it. I make my eyes turn black for a minute with thaumaturgy too.
Sounds good.
Better.
Worse.
No, it's just one giant pupil.
Does anybody want to buy something rare?
These people are literally slaves with only a silver in their pocket at this point.
Well, then it only costs a silver. To the first person who can copy what I'm doing.
Oh god.
If I knew what you were doing, I'd kill you.
So I take out a little bag of sand that I have, and it's literally just sand.
Mm-hmm.
But I do say a word and hand motion, and with the sand I say something weird, like I don't know, like abracadabra or whatever, and then just throw a little bit of sand in the air, and then with that have prestidigitation do a spark. What are they called? Little sparks.
Okay.
Like little
It's like a little like
Spark shower?
shower of
little-
sparks. Yeah, a shower of sparks. And so then just be like, this bag contains this wondrous feat that I just performed. Who would like to purchase it from me?
Arden, that is amazing. I will take it.
Shut up, Sharu.
I want it.
Can I roll insight on that?
Go ahead.
From the distant lands of where you
Go
from?
ahead and make a deception check, Brad.
Yeah.
Raina leans to Alton. I cannot get a gauge on this man.
You know, I was just going to say the exact same thing to you. I think he really is evil. He's now taking advantage of slaves.
One CB. From the distant lands of one CB.
That's where I'm from. Please, I must have it.
I got a 10.
I got 18 plus something. So.
Well, damn.
So, what's
22.
What's your guys' passive insight?
14. Or no. Insight 16.
10. I'm awful.
10.
I got 22. So.
None of you believe, or none of you are fooled by him. You feel like this is maybe something like legitimate.
Please, Arden. I must have.
I'm still like, concerned with him trying to take advantage of poor slaves. But it is kind of impressive.
Yeah, but if there's anyone who should be trying to get money from it, shouldn't be these people.
You know what? That would be useful. Like, you're in a fight, and you take, like, a handful of that, and just, like, sand in the eyes, but it's the shower of sparks. That would really freak him out.
Pocket sand.
Next time he gets up in the face of a giant scorpion.
Pocket sand.
That's different.
Any takers?
Yes, 1 gold. I'll give you a gold.
Ooh, a gold. Anyone else can beat a gold.
Everyone looks at you in the tavern and is like, no.
Listen, we are trying desperately to keep a little bit on the down low.
And that goes for both of you.
But I want it.
Sharu, it's yours.
Thank you.
For a gold.
And the gold.
All right.
You know, Keiji, maybe we should just sell these two.
Well,
Yeah, just leave them here.
You are the lucky buyer of Arden's magical bag.
so while they're talking about selling us, I try to do exactly what Arden was doing and toss some sand.
And I'm going to
Yeah.
make it. Yeah. I'm going to make sure that sparks go.
So you toss it in the air, and these sparks come out, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I did it! I did it!
You should save it,
Yes,
for
I will save it
useful
for-
moments.
Special occasions.
So I know my passive insight's trouble. Can I make an active insight check to try to figure out what the hell
I'm going to
doing?
say at this point, no. This was fantastic.
All right, so you now have a little bag of sand.
I have 2 of them because I already have
Oh,
them.
there you go.
But this is special.
Well,
This is a
Arden's
special
magical
bag. This is Arden's magical bag.
Yeah, Arden's magical bag.
Arden's magical sand. Well, I think that now we need those disguises more than ever. But maybe not these two. Maybe we'll just let them be the clowns in front, and we will be the stealth in back.
Well, when you're going fishing, you need some good bait.
Precisely.
Does anybody have a coin?
I'm not falling for that.
I'm kind of
Oh.
all out, but I think we might be good here.
Okay. Suit yourself.
I think
You'll
I have
just
some work
take
to
the
do.
coin from us.
I think I have some work to do that might be easier done if we vacate the premises.
Agreed. I think it's time for us to follow our elven friend.
Well, we've more than overstayed our welcome, so I agree.
Okay. So after, really putting the party on tonight for these people, you
And trying to swindle them too.
you are eventually let out by these gnomish twins, Chiwa and Bawa.
I got Sharut.
And Yeah, that was fantastic. But you're eventually let out by them, and they take you over to the eastern side of town, which you're already in that area, but a little further east, and they lodge you up with a family there, and they're able to get you all settled. Really basic accommodations, nothing fancy. Sleeping on the ground, not even wicker mats in the place. There's a small table, and just some loose clothing. But they eventually, these gnomish twins do bring you some clothing that you can use to possibly disguise yourselves as well as looking like slaves.
You have anything in blue?
No.
Slaves
a
don't
shame.
usually wear collars. That's
A little drab. I understand, I guess.
Less expensive to make the clothes.
just play the part. At least for the next day. It's
Okay.
pretend like you're depressed about wearing ragged brown robes.
That will be very easy.
Okay, so we'll end the session there with you guys settling into this home for the night. Thanks for watching RollFare. Please join us on our social media and let us know what you think.
You have been listening to RollFare, a D&D podcast. Produced, recorded, and mixed by SF Shields. Executive produced by the RollFare team. Copyright 2021 by RollFare LLC. All rights reserved. Visit us online at rollfare.com.